Good evening everybody, welcome to yet another round of the OSR V8 development series. Here we are at Imola this week. We are here in the Holden Commodore for the second to last round of the Season 2 2019. We've qualified reasonably well. We're at the back of split number 1 tonight, so as the lights get ready to go green, we're off. The idea is to have a nice easy opening lap, avoid all the carnage and just take it easy as we go. Just tippy toe through here, normally a lot of bumper to bumper action as everybody concertina's up. Everybody's just checking up, there's accident on the left and where it should be, oh crap, look. That's what we were trying to avoid. And now we've got significant damage. Absolute amateur stuff on the opening lap. Alright. Car's still driving alright, handling okay. We're just going to be down on straight line speed as we've got significant bodywork damage and looks like engine damage. Can't do anything here other than let everybody get through, and we'll just limp our way around to the pits. So we were trying to avoid that obviously on the opening lap. That puts me in behind the 8 ball before we've even started the race really. Quite a few people tied up in that, and we just happen to be an innocent victim of someone else's negligence. Very, very frustrating. Anyway, it is what it is. You can't dwell on what's happened, just got to persevere and look forward. Alright, nice and steady as we go into our pit entry here. Use up our fast repair before we've even completed lap 1. Right, do not overshoot the lollipop guy. We don't need tyres, we overshot the lollipop guy. Don't need tyres, we don't need fuel. Fast repair done. Still have our limiter engaged. Alright, we'll follow Inigo out of the pits here, nice and steady. And we're back out and racing, albeit half a lap behind where we should be. And we've got a speeding in pit lane infringement somehow. Ah, Jesus Christ. That's my own doing. Cold tyres, frustrated with that stupid bloody penalty on top of the accident. Anyway, so we should have 3 laps to serve our pit lane infringement. We'll drag that out for as long as we can, just in case we can then fuel to home, which I don't think is going to happen. Just have to wait and see. Really hope there's a yellow flag and a safety car comes out, but that's a bit of a rarity in this league. What a night, what a way to start the night. Anyway, through the quick flip-flop. As we drive into the setting sun, we are a long way from anybody at the moment, so we'll just have to chuck some laps and see where we end up at the end of the race. between the accident the spin and the pit lane penalty, we're going to get lapped, no doubt. But we'll at least complete one lap under our belt. Right, brake just before the 200 mark. Back down to second gear. Do not ride too much curb. The other thing we're going to have to be very mindful of is our incident count. After that spin and that contact, we're already up to 6. Back to second gear. That corner is my one nemesis on the whole track, I think. Third gear, should be through here. Ugh. Can't even keep it on the bloody black stuff at the moment. Should have rode more curve there than I did. Back down to second. Easy getting off track there on the inside. And again, don't take too much curve here, otherwise you get a time penalty. Back on the gas. We'll serve our penalty next lap, I think. A little bit taily under brakes. Tyres should be up to temperature by now though. Just got to get ourselves into a rhythm. And hopefully it won't be long before we see a car in front. Very lonely start to the race at the moment. Back on the gas, nice and easy on the throttle. You stab it too hard, you end up looping it and end up on the wall on the inside. Once again, back down to third. Alright, try not to run them wide this time. Much better. Missed the apex, but at least we stayed on the track. Alright, very late break here, about 75. Still could have took more curb than that, but that was better. You can be quite generous there, but if you do ask too much of the curb hopping, you cop another slow down penalty. Out onto the AstroTurf, tip her in, and we're going to have to go into the pits and serve our speeding in pit lane, so we make sure we don't do it again. Nice and slow, back on the limiter. Tyres and fuel have been turned off. And now we sit here and wait for 15 seconds as everybody goes past. It's a long 15 seconds when you're sitting here watching and waiting. Lollipop Guy gives us the go ahead to select first. And we're back out into it. Slow trundle down pit lane again. So 2 pit stops in the first 4 laps. And we're going to have to make another one again. Unless something drastic happens, we're not going to make it home on fuel. Rightio. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't have the pace of the guys in front. So theoretically this is where we should be on track, albeit a lap ahead. In a perfect world. We'll just sit behind Alan here at the moment. Got a little bit of a gap to Rob behind us. Now we're starting to get a bit of a rhythm through that section. So instead of sitting in 32nd, we probably should be sitting in about 20th. Few people driving defensively by the sound of it. So the plan is just to keep circulating until we just about run out of fuel. We'll pit and we'll have a short run on some clean tyres towards the end. So if we're lucky enough to be in a battle for position, at least we'll have an ace up our sleeve. Failing that, we would have pitted at about the halfway point of the race, but strategy's been compromised somewhat. We're staying with these guys, so that's a good sign. We've got reasonable pace. We should be inside the top 20 of split one here tonight. Certainly don't deserve to be back in 32nd anyway. Right, that'll be our first flying lap we've done in proper race conditions for a while. As Alan peels off into the pits. Back to a high 1 minute 46. Sean's made himself vulnerable there. We're not really fighting for position, so we'll let him have it, but we don't want him to size up as well. You give up time now, and it's bound to cost you later on in the race. With an opportunity. We come back down the hill. Once again, Sean's a little bit wide. He's got some damage there to the back of his car, but it shouldn't be affecting him too much. Off he goes into the pits. now have Ryan in front of us, but he's too far away to worry about getting any draft. 4 seconds up the road. Still got Rob behind us, and he's a reasonable distance behind. We've actually pulled a little bit of a gap on him. .46.9 wasn't a great lap, but it was enough to pull another 10th on Rob. We've got Matthew, Ryan and Andrew all up in front of us. And Andrew's normally pretty good benchmarks for where we're travelling, so it's one of those things. We've had some bloody good races because we keep tripping over each other, being about the same ability. He tends to qualify better, and then I tend to race a little bit better, I think, but it's nothing against his racecraft, but it's just more about good luck and reading traffic, I think. So we've had some real good battles other than that big shunt I gave him at Road Atlanta. Going into turn 1. There's another couple peel off into the pits. So Matthew in front of us is now up to P13, so we should have been well and truly into the teens by now. Alas, we're still sitting in 31st. Got Michael on the charge behind us now as well. He might have just come out of the pits, I reckon, from memory. Alright, we should almost be in Matthew's draft, so we might use that up the hill to our advantage. My own worst enemy through there. It's another off track. As the incident points slowly creep up. A bit better, a bit more curb. Into the pits on the right. Quite a few people pitting very early tonight. Don't know whether that's simply to get out of traffic or what their train of thought is. Despite a couple of little errors, we've still pulled about another second gap on Michael in the last lap. Right, stay on the track down through here, Jason. Back to third. Too much curve on the inside, it cost me. But we're not really gaining anything on Matt in front of us. What we do gain, I then lose with a silly little mistake. We've normally got the pace to the in front of Matthew anyway. just got to eliminate those little errors that all compound up. Once again, brake just before the 200. Too much curb. So that last lap was a bad one. That was back into the mid 47s. So we're now about the halfway point of the race. So I would suggest most people would be pitting around about now. Pushing a little bit too hard to try and latch onto the back of Matthew. Those tyres are screaming trying to stick to the track. As everybody pits, we'll try and get our lap back somewhat. What's Matthew going to do here? Peels off to the right. We'll keep charging through. And now got some clean track. Should have first and second in front of us, but the real race leaders behind us should be coming down past the pits now. He's a little way behind, but we've still got to make our mandatory pit stop and get enough fuel to get us home. We need to get those lap times back into the minute 46s though. Which isn't going to help by doing that. Very easy to find ourselves too far left there. Done it too many times. Again, can be a lot more aggressive on the curbs through there, but last thing I want to do is loop it and get too much curb and end up facing the wrong way, so we'll just sacrifice a little bit of time, limit the risk. Right. So 12 laps complete, 10 to go. So we'll fill ourselves up for our fuel. Change all 4 tyres while we're here. For our third pit stop. And our pit guys working overtime this afternoon. So we've got about 11 laps of fuel left in us. We won't need that because we've been lapped. A little bit of an over-calculation, but considering where we are on the track, it's probably not going to make any difference whatsoever. At least we came out in a reasonable spot on the track without too much traffic. Stephen getting crossed up through there, but so we've got Matthew just in front of us. in front of Stephen, so we haven't sort of lost too much positions. Maybe a second or two, maybe a second and a half. By putting in a little bit more fuel than we probably need. Once again, cold tyres, a little bit twitchy under brakes for the opening lap. So keep that in the back of our mind. Fuel levels going back up. We can adjust our anti-roll bars back up to a level where it's a bit more suited to a heavier fuel load. Not sure what happened with Stephen there, whether he got a slow down or not. Anyway, if he gets within a sniff, we'll let him by. Last thing we want to do is hold him up. Slow in fast out through that corner, that's the secret. It's not much of a secret, it's a general rule, but it works. Oh, God, can't stay on the track there. A little bit of a brake lock up. And again, a little bit taily through there. Probably as a result of our overheated tyres from the previous corner. Early brake here, back down to second. Stephen's gotten a little bit closer at the moment, so if he's in a position where it looks like he's going to make a pass, we'll just let him by. A little bit better through there than the previous lap. We've got Matthew in front of us up ahead. He's still battling away with Andrew. And Rob's made his way through to the front of that pack. Still got Stephen behind us by about a second, so he's not in a passing opportunity to have a dive under brakes yet. 46.8 was our last lap, 46.2 was this one. So it was a half a second improvement, which was good. guys up in front are battling, so you may come to them or they may come to us, one of the two. We're definitely making ground on them. Oops, too wide. That lets Stephen have a bit of a look, does it? No, not close enough. Not yet anyway. Is that Andrew running wide, maybe? Bit of dust in the air. A bit more of a gap on Steve behind. So 46.3 that one. Taking some immediate threat off from behind at the moment and made some ground on the guys in front. That one will be on the outside of that corner. Get out of Matt's way. Last thing we want to do is get caught in a braking incident. He brakes a little bit earlier. Sean behind us again now. He managed to slip in between Stephen and I there. So that little bit of a gap in a comfort zone I pulled soon got filled by another car. Back on the gas, not too hard on the throttle. Oops, wrong gear. Right, lap 17 complete. 5 to go. Probably 4 to go, to be honest, because we've been lapped. Alright, Sean hot on our tail. He looks like he's pretty keen to get past. But we're within that range where we need to start thinking about pulling over and letting him go. Alright, come on Sean, get by, go, 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 go. Right, now we have Steve behind us again. Whoop. So we've got a good gap behind us at the moment, so we don't need to worry about watching our mirrors. We'll just sit behind Sean. Once again, back down through the gears, down the hill. Not too much curb. Second gear corner. Again, not on the throttle too hard. Use all that AstroTurf on the exit. little bit of draft from Sean in front. Not enough to write home about, but we'll take what we can get. So back up to P29. Well, that's what happens when you take your eyes off the road for a split second. Wild trip. Still wasn't enough to fall back into the clutches of Stephen behind us at the moment. But it was enough to lose contact with the guys in front. So the last one was a 47.6, but we had to slow down and let Sean by, so we won't take too much of that into consideration. Back down to the third, second, first to help turn it in, back up to second to stop some wheel spin. Bit of a bump in the track there, so if you don't take that just right, or you're a bit aggressive with the throttle, you find yourself facing the wrong way. Okay, a couple of laps to go. Once again, start braking just before the 200. That 48.9, 49 second lap, that really hurt us. Let's Steve go here. Where is he? There he is. Happy days. Don't mind letting people pass, just got to wait for the right opportunity and make sure they're close enough. I'm not going to just pull over and let them go because they're a second behind. You normally get within 2 or 3 tenths and on the lap car. Be patient and we'll let you by. If I make a mistake like that and make myself vulnerable, there's your opportunity. Rightio, coming around for the white flag, I reckon. We'll just follow Matt for this last lap. Sit in behind him for as close as we can get. Better, nowhere near as much curb. That's the quick way through there. Quicker way anyway. So a minute 50 that last one. That's we slowed down and let a few cars past again. Whoa. That was as close to losing as I want to get. So here we are in P29. No direct threat from anyone behind us, so just ease off, cruise to the finish. Once again, start braking about the 75 metre mark. Jump the curbs, not too much. When you get that right, it feels Mickey Mouse, but if you get it wrong, you certainly know about it. You normally end up facing the wrong way. Round we come. Well, apart from that opening 2 or 3 laps, which was an absolute shit show, I reckon that should just about call us a night. So 21 laps around Imola. And use it as a bit of a learning curve, I guess, for tomorrow night's open setup race. I'm still very suspect about that pit lane penalty. I have to go back and look at the replay, but I'm comfortable in my knowledge that I'm sure I hit the limiter before and after the entry and the exit of the pits, but anyway. It is what it is. You can't do much about it. You can't appeal it. You can't do anything. You just got to take it on the chin. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. You lose more often than not, but anyway. That's the game we play. So thank you for watching, guys, and we will see you on the track real soon. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.